In the last video, we did a deep dive on Jerome Powell's speech. We made sure we went to the source of his comments. If you missed that video, it's an important one to look at. Now it's time to continue on with that video and investigate how Fed Powell's testimony impacted crypto. Let's get into it. Let's turn across to the crypto market. The SEC, poor old Gary Gensler, is getting some of his own medicine back. Grayscale Bitcoin Trust rises as its SEC case starts. This is the case initiated by Grayscale to the Securities Exchange Commission. Here's one for you, Gary. Why is this lawsuit being brought? Because the SEC keeps on rejecting Grayscale's application to convert the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust into a spot Bitcoin exchange traded fund. In an AI-related story, how Google became cautious of AI and gave Microsoft an opening. And what is this doing in the crypto section? Because the US, it's turning its back on crypto, but other countries are not. It's opening the door for wide-scale adoption outside the US. It's doing a Google where the rest of the world is doing a Microsoft. But people say, Ken, no, crypto, that's where all the drug runners go and they launder their money through an immutable public record on the blockchain. Well, they'd have to be pretty stupid criminals to do that. There are bad actors in every sector of the economic system because they embrace negative excellence. They seek to take and not to earn. And we can see that the major audit is going on into nickel fraud. Nickel fraud! Some of the largest institutions have been involved in manipulating price in the commodities markets for years. In the stock market, companies are set up that are just scams. It occurs in every single sector. Unfortunately, crypto is not special in that regard. But it still must be noted that there are a small group of lawmakers and a small group of people, forward-thinking people in the US, that don't want crypto to be taken over by other countries. US lawmakers planning to reintroduce a bill aimed at fixing crypto reporting requirements, and this relates to the broker definition, which is unworkable. It's all about reintroducing the Keep Innovation in America Act, and it's a really important piece of legislation that needs to be passed. If you look back in history, when the US broke from the UK, a lot of people have heard about pilgrims in the US, but the pilgrims actually came across in the Mayflower, and the Mayflower set sail on the 16th of September 1620 from Plymouth, the UK, to voyage to America to start the American colony. At that stage, the UK was the greatest power known on the planet. As the US grew, the Pilgrims wanted to be independent of the UK, but the concept is the Pilgrim spirit still resides, and there are a select group of individuals who understand that crypto is simply the next generation of the internet. When the web first came out, I was actually running an internet service provider back in 1993. The governments tried to kill the internet. Now if you look at the internet, who would want to kill the internet? But they're actually US lawmakers who are anti-crypto because they're pro-establishment. They actually want to do so because they see crypto as a threat. Not being part of crypto is the real threat. And you can see that certain states are very, very smart. They understand that the world is changing and they need to change with it. The Utah State Legislature passed the Utah DAO Act, granting DAOs legal recognition and limited liability protections. This is very important. A DAO. What is a DAO? It's a decentralized autonomous organization. How the world is changing. Crypto is here to stay. DeFi Chain to sponsor Germany's biggest MMA league. What's important here is to understand that crypto is entering the mainstream. It's entering mainstream consciousness. Although the banks don't like this because the returns from crypto are fairly incredible if you know how to buy and how to sell. And speaking about that, someone you know was very kind to offer the Someone You Know CTKS Partial Masterclass Scholarship out to a very, very lucky person, and that person has not been awarded yet. You can apply for the Partial Masterclass Scholarship in the link in the description of this video. We can see that when we look at Bitcoin, which is currently trading at $22,062, after Fed Chair Jerome Powell's testimony on day one, what happened to the crypto market? It followed the stock market. The fun and games are not over yet, because tomorrow Fed Chair will still keep his testimony going. And the JOLTS job openings will come out, as well as the balance of trade. When you're in the crypto market, if you're not looking at the stock market, you're actually subjecting yourself to unnecessary risk. It's critical to connect the dots. Crypto is not an independent market, and it will never be. Just like the bond market is not an independent market from the stock market either. All financial markets are interdependent and intercorrelated. This takes a long, long time to understand. Yesterday, we asked the question, if we just focus on money, is that a problem? And Al Latorre said, focusing solely on money can lead to poor, impulsive trading decisions that are emotionally charged and increasingly vulnerable to the effects of FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and FOMO, fear of missing out. It can lead to taking on unnecessary risks, overtrading, and ultimately wrecking your trading account. It's important to remain disciplined and to keep emotions out of the trading decisions that you make. Let the percentages work in your favor. Follow Ken's system and rules of the market. Use positive excellence to create real wealth, and the money will follow. Thank you very much, Al, for sharing your wisdom. We can see that Bitcoin is still under an area of resistance. It's rejected this smart money, now a sell level at around the 22,590 mark. What we can actually see is Bitcoin currently trading at $22,050. The very, very important smart money buy area next is from $20,473 to $20,800. And if you're marking up your charts with the CTKS method, you already know that that range is very, very important to hold. Also, keep in mind that the next FOMC meeting is a little, well, it's pretty much around 2 weeks away. On the 10th of March, we have the Mt. Gox unlock, and the US unemployment data and non-farm payrolls also comes out. You can see why it's very important to actually understand the stock market. There's many people in the stock market that hate crypto, and many people in the crypto market that hate the stock market. Hey, people, don't hate anything. Just embrace it. As professionals, we just look for intercorrelations and consistently reliable signals wherever we can find them. It's not surprising at all to see the shorts piling back into the market. And Masterclass students, you get my live chart in TG34. We can see that the Bitcoin longs are exiting the market. They're getting liquidated. And the Bitcoin shorts are piling in because they feel that the DXY is going to spike forever. The VIX will take off. Junk bonds and high-yield corporate bonds, they'll just decay. It's just a fest of profitability for the shorts. But we know price is always moving in a wave. So whatever you do, be careful. Over the past 24 hours, there's been 72.17 million in total liquidations across 29,372 positions. And when we look at total liquidations across the past 24 hours, we can see about 75% long. What about over the past 12 hours? About 82% long. What about the past 4 hours? About 80% long. What about the past hour? 92% long. So the longs have been pretty much whacked around the head. That's a technical term. And we can see that the liquidations really haven't been that significant. We've had much higher liquidations in the past. It's quite possible that things are only going to get going and snowball from here. So please be aware of that. Manage your risk. How do you get your synchronization factor up and profit from the market? You must have knowledge, because if you don't have the knowledge, you will incur very heavy losses to the point that you'll wipe out your account. You need to know your foundations. Look beyond the crypto market charts and check the stock market, because you can see how vitally important it is. Then go back inside the crypto market, understanding that opportunities reset every day. Find the market's focus and enhance your pattern recognition. Before you buy or sell, you must master emotional control. Without emotional control, as Al said, you're in trouble. Absolutely, undeniably in trouble. You can make losses because of emotions, and you can make losses because of a lack of knowledge. Understanding pattern recognition is vitally important in all markets. And what do we have here on Bitcoin? We have a quote. Ooh, what could that be? It's from someone you know, who said, "I wanted to give someone else who needs it the opportunity to learn these skills, especially positive excellence, which has carried me through some tough times recently with my business. And I want the community to know I'm still here and I want to be a contributing member. This is the way. The best way. I figured I could do it. Change someone else's life like mine has been changed. Thank you, Ken." Thank you, someone you know. And someone you know is referring to his very kind and generous partial masterclass scholarship that we will be awarding. It could be you whose life is changed. Just you can apply through the link in the description of this video. And it's all about active learning. The world never, ever rewards laziness. A lot of people think that the rich sit around and do nothing. They just jet set. They're always in a private plane. They're always on the beach, just sipping a cocktail. This is undeniably not correct. It's a fantasy. It's a myth. The rich work very, very hard. And think about anything that you've been entirely successful in. You've thrown your heart, your mind, your body, your soul in behind it, and you will reap the rewards. That is life. I'm very, very proud of our global family. I love to see you succeed. Tales from the Man Cave kindly shared a trade on synthetics, SNX. He did so because he wanted to explain to people that it's okay to move your sell levels sometimes. You need to be flexible. Yesterday, Art didn't move his sell level, but today Tails did. And remember, we're not after the exact bottom or the exact top. We're after a reasonable rate of return. And what you can see here, Tails put in a buy level at this 2966 and also put a layer down at 2831. That layer was filled. That was a very nice layer to put in. And what Tails actually did, he saw it spiking up, but he didn't have the sell level. He had it higher. But what he thought, oh, okay, it doesn't seem to be going in the way that I want it to go. And the market sometimes does these things. And we can think about this. In today's video, we've seen the Powell testimony just shake the markets. What Tails actually saw was that the Stanfield level, this SL, was far too strong. It exerted too much negative sales pressure on it. So the sellers were getting there and selling down. And he said, well, this doesn't look good. I'm just going to get out for an 8.63% return, which was a very good idea because you can see how synthetics has dropped ever since. As a professional, you don't want hard and fast rules. You want fairly strict guidelines, but they are guidelines. They're not shackles and they're not straitjackets. Please note, it's absolutely acceptable. It's perfectly acceptable to move your sell levels around. Don't worry about that. And if you would like to share your chart, just come down to sharing, turn that on, copy that link and send it to me at kstandf@gmail.com. and I would be happy to go through your trade in the main community channel. You can see we're a very, very different community. And please make sure you have your calculator and also your trade history. Without the trade history and the calculator and clearly marked up charts on a shared chart, I cannot share your trade. And many thanks to Tales from the Man Cave. By sharing this trade, you've helped people to understand how they can move with the market's momentum. And that's exactly why I'm showing this trade in today's episode. It's important to be flexible. Keep your eye on Bitcoin's gravity and see what it does. It's very, very important. If you see Bitcoin selling down, what's going to happen to your beloved alts? There's a 99% probability that they will sell down as well. And some people have been reaching out, talking about inverters. That's a very good thing. I'll do an update to the masterclass on inverters over the next couple of weeks. And let's have a look at BNB. We can see ETH coming down with, just aligning with Bitcoin's gravity, that blue line. What is BNB doing? It's exactly the same. XRP, because of specific news for XRP, it's actually inverting. That is what an inverter looks like. This is what a normal crypto moving with alignment to Bitcoin's gravity looks like. And this is what an inverter looks like. Inversion is typically driven by news, but not always. It can be driven by the technical aspects of that particular crypto as well. But XRP is very, very much driven by the news of a stronger brief to the SEC. We want, in crypto, the SEC to fail with XRP. Why is that? Because if the SEC wins and classifies XRP as a security, it won't be a hop, skip and a jump until ADA is a security, Matic is a security, BNB is a security, Ethereum is a security. But if SEC loses, that means that there is a precedent that's set that will protect ADA, Matic, BNB, Ethereum, and probably that beloved altcoin that's position 2000. It matters. It really matters that XRP win this case. We can see ADA moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity and Matic moving also in alignment. You want to keep this gravitational alignment first and foremost in your mind. Being able to recognize patterns is the way to become synchronized in with the market. Looking at the top 9, Doge belted off Matic, but Matic belted off Doge. Well, there's a lot of belts going around. And when we look at the greatest gainers and greatest losers in the top 9, we can see that XRP is doing well, even though Bitcoin is coming down. Don't forget that no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity, but it doesn't mean it can't escape temporarily. That's why you really need to understand these rules. Turning towards the greatest gainers in the top 100, we can see there's not too many. Up about 4% at the absolute most. That is CFX, Floki, XRP, SSV, XDC, BNX, IMX, CRV, and Engine. The greatest losers are significantly greater in terms of losses, and they are OKB, Stacks, Synthetics, AGIX, Rocket Pool, Algo, VET, Optimism, and Flow. One thing to keep in mind, the markets can be very, very frustrating, and you're not alone if you experience panic and blame and frustration. But the key, get out of those zones as soon as possible, because they are the lose money rule zone. You don't want to be in there. You want to make it out of zone 1 and zone 2 into zone 3 and zone 4. Zone 3 is where you make money. Zone 4 is where you keep it. I would very much like to keep the discussion on money going. When we talk about positive excellence, this is what we do inside the CTKS Masterclass. This is all about living your best possible life and understanding that you must put in the hard work before the outcomes. You don't get an outcome without putting in the hard work, unfortunately. And if you did, you wouldn't think anything of it. You wouldn't respect it at all. Let's keep up the discussion, just like what Al was talking about, and I'll be very, very happy to copy those particular comments across and talk about them when we look at the charts. The question is, if we focus on money, what does that do to us as professionals? Please let me know in the comments, and I would love to share your thoughts. I would urge you to actually reach out to me and tell me what you would like to see marked up with the CTKS method. The CTKS method is a standards-based process to reveal smart money buy and sell levels from any price chart, and it can be applied and is applied to stocks, crypto, futures, forex, commodities, and any other price chart. The form is there. Please just pop onto that right now and let me know what is important to you so I can look after you better. Have a great day or night ahead, my friends, and keep on reading the CTKS Creed each and every day. It's powerful. Take care out there, and Kate and I look forward to catching up with you tomorrow. Bye for now.